extra motivation in the buildings. It'll be a different kind of atmosphere in the Smith Center. Carolina is 12-17, but season is still far from over. Got a lot to play for. So it's still a big-time game. And I think if Carolina just treats the game like they treated the win against State and the win against Syracuse, they can win this game and win the game rather easily. I think Wake Forest will come in and play with confidence, already having won against Carolina earlier this year, and what they did last week, beating both Duke and Notre Dame on their home court. But it's so hard to sweep Carolina this year unless you're Duke. And that's what Wake Forest is going to try to do. I think the last team to do it was Virginia, and that's not really that's not bad because of how good Virginia's been in the last 5 years under Tony Bennett. So that's what Wake Forest is tasked with doing. I don't think it happens. I think Carolina continues their improved play. They continue to show signs of life, and will get one more boost of confidence before they head to the rematch with Duke next Saturday.
I'm kind of feeling somewhere along the same lines that you are. I think Brandon Childress will have a good game in this one. I don't think he's going to be the best player on the floor, but I think he's going to make his impact felt because he is a heck of a basketball player. He has proved to everybody that he is capable of being an ACC player. But I think that Carolina, like you said, they've just got a little bit more than Wake Forest has. And I think right now you can see that this team is starting to gel. We talked so much after the Virginia game, the Notre Dame game, especially that Notre Dame game. How do you stay motivated going down the stretch of the season? Because we were talking about it last night, just the sheer amount of will that these guys have, because if they would have given up, no one could really blame them, because you lose that many games that way, usually you're bound to just give in and say, this just isn't our year. We just got to move on, focus on next year. But the team has never done that. And you got to hand it to them. You got to hand it to them. You got to hand it to Roy. This team continues to fight. And I don't think that's going to change against Wake Forest on Tuesday night. You've got a few guys that are going to be playing with some extra motivation. I think that Christian Keeling, I don't know if the production will be as good as it's been the last couple of games, maybe along your lines. Maybe it's somewhere in 12, 14-point range. I still think he gets double digits because the confidence is there, and he's going to want to make his impact felt in this game. And I think that Carolina, look, Roy Williams has shown already that it doesn't matter what your talent level is from a star rating perspective or anything. Right now, he's playing the guys that are playing the best. I expect to see a lot of Garrison Brooks, Justin Pierce in the front court, which has been the most successful lineup for this team over the last two games, and I think that's going to be one of the reasons Carolina is able to win. I think, once again, Garrison Brooks will be the star. Cole Anthony will be a little more efficient. The main thing that I want to see from this Carolina team, keep the turnovers down. They did it against Syracuse, which was something that we talked about they needed to do. They cannot give Wake Forest a chance to make this game ugly like they did the first time, because if they do, there's a chance Wake Forest can pull this victory out. But I think Carolina right now, they're feeling it. They know they've got to keep winning to build the momentum, and I think they get it done with a big win on senior night against Wake Forest in the Smith Center.
I'm right there with you. Hopefully we'll be coming on here talking about another win. Carolina, as we begin to wrap this up, they got a 72% chance to win the game according to Basketball Power Index. It's been a while since Carolina was favored to win. Hopefully they don't get too much of a big head by that number in their last two wins and fall short once again to the Demon Deacons. Well, with that, we're going to start shutting down this edition of the podcast. But before we let you go, we're going to talk about the HilltopBlog.com. A lot of great stuff on the website with Carolina winning at Syracuse, Reed Anthony's analysis, my recap of the game, and of course we save content the whole year, no matter the wins and the losses. We've been previewing, recapping, analyzing every game. Check out all that out on HeelToughBlog.com. Also, Carolina baseball went 1-2 this weekend up in Minneapolis in a weird tournament they played inside the stadium where the Vikings play in the NFL against all Big Ten teams. 2 tough losses, but they rebounded with a Sunday win to avoid a complete sweep of whatever you want to call that tournament. Anthony wrote up that. Check that out, like I said, on HeelToughBlog.com. And keep your eyes peeled because football is right around the corner for the Tar Heels. Spring ball now starting in roughly 2.5 weeks or so. And combine stuff. You can check all that out on our website, HeelToughBlog.com. We do want to encourage you guys to like and subscribe to this podcast wherever you find us on every major podcasting platform, most notably Spreaker, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. We've gotten a review in the last couple weeks about us literally coming out of bed and doing the podcast. Sometimes he's not wrong. The beautiful thing about podcasting is you can do it wherever. I am currently laying in bed as we do this podcast. But we have upped our energy level. We encourage you to give us more reviews, but mostly we encourage you to subscribe and listen. Well, with that, I want to thank Anthony for coming on, talking some Carolina basketball. It's been a lot more fun talking about wins as opposed to losses. I want to thank you guys for hanging in there and continuing to listen to us. And with that, good night. Go Tar Heels.